Good morning and welcome to the channel. This is Meredith and today I am going to be going outside of Seoul. So I'm still reporting here from Korea, but I'm going to be going to Jeonju today. So Jeonju is about 3 hours from Seoul by bus and also by train actually. The train doesn't save you that much time, but it is kind of a different experience. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to be going there. We have our bus ticket for kind of early in the morning, so it's like about 6 something. I'm planning to get to the bus station pretty early because yesterday coming home from the bus station took a very long time because of traffic. I feel like maybe right now it won't be too bad because it's like 5 a.m. But I need to leave in maybe about a half an hour, so just so that I'm ready to go. So that being said, I'll take you along with me. Jeonju is famous for the hanok village. Hanok again is the Korean traditional architecture. My friend and I also have reservations not only to go Jeonju but also there's one in Bukchon. So Bukchon is in the northern part of Seoul, kind of by Insadong. So we have a reservation to that one too. I've never really been to that hanok village at the northern part of Seoul, but we have a reservation for next week. So a lot of hanok this trip. So I just am getting all the tourist stuff that I've never really done. I have gone to Jeonju quite a few times actually. It is kind of an interesting experience. It's known for bibimbap, but actually everybody tells you this. So whenever you say you're going to Jeonju, they're like, oh, bibimbap. And then they're like, well, actually the best Jeonju bibimbap is actually in Seoul. And you're like, yeah, I know. That's what everybody says. So it's also famous for makguksu, but makguksu is like kind of like noodles. And I don't know if I'm gonna eat that. So we'll take you along with us. The other thing that I really like eating there is makeolli. So it's really known for makeolli. We might go to one of the places that I really want to go to that I've been to quite a few times. And then we also can get moju. Moju is kind of like another traditional Korean liquor. It's like another wine, but it has like some herbs and stuff in it. It kind of tastes to me, I'm trying to think of it, kind of like a horchata with like the cinnamon in it. So we'll see if we get that. It's quite nice. I don't know if my friend has ever tried that. The other nice thing is ddukgalbi. So ddukgalbi is like kind of like a patty, a meat patty, but it has like seasoning in it. It's quite nice. So if it's still around, I might try to hit up one of the places that I've been in the past. The problem for me though is that with ddukgalbi, especially in Jeonju, is that it's usually made with pork instead of beef, but sometimes it's made with pork and beef. So I will take you along with us on this journey. First off, I need coffee because I am kind of dragging right now. Coffee, and maybe I'll eat a little bit of that cheese bread that I bought yesterday. I'll show you what it looks like and stuff like that, but I think I need a little bit of a, a little push. So I'm gonna get that ready and then be out the door. So talk to you later. This is what the bread looks like. It smells so good. So again, I think this is bacon and cheese and chive or green onion. So I'm going to take like maybe 1 or 2, yeah, probably 2 of the little triangles, so 1/3 of the bread. I'm gonna warm it up a little bit, but they tricked me. The cheese is very sweet. I always forget because whenever I get garlic bread too, I always get tricked because it's always like made with sugar syrup as well. Okay, so I got my cheese bread and my coffee brewing. So this is breakfast at 4:30. I'm gonna give it a taste test. I have like a pretty big bite here, but it has like everything on it. It's got the cheese, it's got the onion in it. So I'm gonna tell you what kind of flavor it is. Again, I think the cheese is like a sweet cheese, like a ricotta with some sugar in it, just because again, it's Korea. They have a lot of sugary stuff, so I'm gonna try it. My review is I probably wouldn't buy it again, but I don't regret it. The cheese is very sweet, but it does have a little bit of like a bacon and onion flavor. I can't tell. I still think it's a ricotta sort of cheese. The bread is actually really nice. It has a really nice texture, and if I was the bread alone, it would be kind of like a very pleasant like bread bowl, like a little bit of a sourdough. So not mad, but also like the sweet cheese, man. Why is it in a savory thing? It's about 6 a.m. so I'm going to head out to the bus terminal right now because the bus ticket is actually for 6:55. I'm taking the city bus there, so it took a long time to get here yesterday, so I'm a little bit worried about traffic and stuff, so talk to you later. I think I've been forgetting to tell you, but when you go into the city bus, if you ever take it in Seoul, you tap in and you have to also tap out. If you don't tap out, you actually have a fee, like you extra like penalty for when you go back on the bus the next time. I think it's like 200 something won maybe. I don't know. I just remember I did that one time because it like didn't register. Anyway, walking. Okay, so it's 6 a.m. and there's a lot of drunk people still. One girl like literally just fell down. I'm a little bit worried about her, but made it to the bus stop. of buses. So I'm going on the Central City ones, which is by the Shinsegae department store. I took the bus so early, there was actually a discount on the bus fare, so it was 961. So this is the central terminal and kind of connected to the Shinsegae department store. It's where you can take a lot of express buses down south. I think these are Ritz flavors we don't have in the US. So there's chocolate, white, I think that's like white cream, lemon, onion, cheese, and then regular. This E-Mart 24 is kind of empty. I'll show you the ice cream selection. I'm looking for my favorite one. There's the, what's it called? Super watermelon one, and it has like little chocolate seeds. And then there's also these milkshakes in a pouch. This one is like bungeoppang, so like cart bread filled with red bean and ice cream. But they don't have the corn one. This is a really stocked convenience store. They have so many other coffees. The milk options, there's like a banana one, mint chocolate, a couple of coffee ones, a couple of strawberries, a couple of chocolate milks. And then up here is the soy milks. And then the top shelf is the protein milk. This is where the hot beverages are, so it's like the hot coffees, hot ginseng stuff, and things like that. So not only were there a lot of drunk people in Gangnam, there's also a lot of people buying beer at 6:30 in the morning at the bus station. Not judging, but kind of judging. Kind of expensive. They're like 6,900. Okay, so the Jeonju gate is number 8. So we have a little bit of time to wait. There's one to Gunsan, Jeonju 6:45, and then ours is at the 6:55. We're taking the premium bus. We're at the rest stop. We can take the bus, but we'll maybe stop at the Tourist Information Center first. We made it to Jeonju. Our center had maps, but here is a look at like just the main points of attraction here. We're going to the Hanok village. We decided to walk from the bus terminal because it's only like 2.6 kilometers. We'll see if we make it. The bus takes the same amount of time basically as walking. We're walking across this little stream, I guess. It's quite nice. We got a little turned around, so now we're heading back on the right direction. If you come to Jeonju, the PNB is where the original choco pie is from, so you can probably get some there. There's also some locations within the Hanok village. We're walking along the outside of the Hanok village. You have to go in the other side, but we're kind of just skirting around it. We're also in a tour group with a bunch of school boys who are 14, Korean age. We are by the Catholic Cathedral right outside the Hanok village. So we just got in. It was 2 people for 6,000. Each person is 3,000 if you're an adult. There's also a cheaper price for children. There's so many kids, but walking through the bamboo. Here we are at the Jeonju Sago. Sorry, there's so many high school boys. So these are the annals of each of the different kings of the Joseon dynasty. You can see the one with the 2 volumes is King Sejong. It's really a beautiful day out. They're playing with bubbles. Okay, so this is the annex of the Gyeonggi-jeon. So we'll go in there. A lot of people are really taking photos here, so it must be really impressive. Okay, so just wanted to show how small the room is. Actually, you can go in here, but you have to take off your shoes. Not feeling like doing that because it looks kind of dirty too, and I have clean socks on. This one's really hard to read, and sorry about the middle school boys, but it's the well for the king. So we'll take a look. Oh, I almost made it. My shoes, so I'll show you a little bit in here. Oh, there's trash. Rude. It's kind of perfect weather. It's like partly cloudy. And head careful. It's another one of those cotton candy vending machines that makes the cotton candy. So this is really popular these days, which is like an old coin-shaped bread, and you can either get in red bean, cheese, or custard, and it is 4,000 won. So you can rent the hanok here. There's a lot of places where you can do it. This one is right on the main street. I'm going to go to ddukgalbi, which is like a meat patty. Cute.
It is.
So this is ddukgalbi. I can't say it. There is a picture menu. There's like kind of spicy one and the not so spicy. You can get bibimbap, including bibimbap with UK. Here is the different UK and bibimbap. Got the banchan.
첫 번째 칸, 왼손을 떠올리시면 헤드에 살짝 눌러주세요. 감사합니다.
So we got the UK one, basically over-ordered, but UK is the raw beef. We came into this Jeju themed store, but there's a hologram candle. So cute. Mini soju cups, 4,000. Is it weird to go to Jeonju and buy something from Jeju? I don't know, probably. Paper clip holder, but the orange is holding on for dear life. And it's also... This was another one where you can get the 10-cent coin, 50-cent, 100-cent, or 500 on coins. There's so many street foods everywhere. Also so many kids. There's so many hanok cafes. This is another ddukgalbi place. So I don't know necessarily if I would pay 3,000 to go through the actual hanok village, but like kind of exploring this is kind of fun. I mean, it's very touristy. We're away from the hustle and bustle of the main street, but there's a lot of like places where you could stay overnight. Not right here, this is Guksu. And back there, not right now. Here's the Big Smile shop. These ones are kind of cute. Still at the Big Smile shop and around CCTV. Here's the tea house I researched. It's called Chagyong. It's quite cute. This is in like a traditional hanok style. You can see up here the hanok. So it's a tea house. We got the black sesame jelly, an Americano, and an omija aid. We are back on the very busy street. Cow friends in the hanok mall. This location has some specific things that are only available in Jeonju, and I think these might be some of them. So this one is like a keychain, another keychain, cell phone grip, some pens, and then these mini soju glasses, and then Ryan as a scholar. They're only available here, so it's going to be Ryan and Chunshik only in traditional Korean hanbok. Kind of cute, the little keyboard guys. Original choco pie PNB one here with the cacao pens. I hope he finds whatever he's looking for. See if Starbucks has any of the cups. You are here, but they do have the special edition coffee. So this is moju. So this is something you can bring back. It's traditional liquor. Oh, there's a huge hornet. We're moving away from it, but they have it for sale outside of the convenience stores. So this is apparently really famous these days. It's yukjeon, so like meat pancake. So we're walking, well there's a toilet here, but we don't need it. But we're walking up towards Omokdae, which is where you can actually take a viewpoint of the entire Hanok village. But there's a lot of little experiences along the way of the artisans and stuff. Okay, so again, we're going up to Omokdae, which is where you can have, it's like a viewpoint of the whole entire Hanok village. And then after we get up there, we can cross over to the mural village. Up a bit of an incline, probably not good if you have a wheelchair. So this is where we are now. We made it to the top of the hill. So this is the capital city wall of the Hubekje Kingdom. Okay, so we made it up to Omokdae. If you want to go in the pavilion, take off your shoes first and leave them over there on the staircase. Okay, we're gonna cross over the bridge and we should be over by the mural village. If my memory serves me right, it should be over there in a little bit of a walk. This is the map of the tourist information. So when you turn right and go down, you'll start getting towards the village. And then there's also more up there. So this is a map of all of the murals, and also the view is actually quite nice over here too. Edward Scissorhands, I believe. There's also a mural village in Seoul by Haehwa. And there's also one in Busan. Continue on, we gotta go up there, follow the dog. Okay, so even if you look on other parts that are not on the path, still some murals. Okay, so we're going through here. So the signs are a little bit confusing, but I think, no, we cannot pass through here, I think, anymore. That's a big X, but maybe that's the dog we saw earlier. Memorialized on the wall. Came down and we're going back up. Apparently if you just kept going up towards where the dog was, there was more stuff to see, but it was very steep, and honestly the dog was a little scary, even though he was little, but maybe he had rabies or something. These guys are cute, from Kung Fu Panda. I think these are all from Kung Fu Panda. After you go from Kung Fu Panda, you get We Bare Bears, and they're my favorite. For the mural village, as long as you just keep walking up the hill, you'll see more, but at a certain point we give up. I gave up. Well, we almost got run over by that guy with refrigerators. How did he go down the staircase? Anyway. Here's a not so colorful mural. Also, watching the refrigerator delivery man navigate the street was very stressful. Over here is the Traditional Culture Training Institute. They have some experiences you can go and take guided tours. At this location, the Jeonju Ilmong, you can actually make your own moju. It's quite cute. This gallery cafe has an experience that you can book starting from 10,000 won to make the traditional Korean ceramic material stuff. It also has handmade chung, which is like the syrup stuff, coffee and stuff like that. Shike too. It's another heron. We're walking our way back in. In this phone case store, found some magnets. I decided on this one. Be the only thing I buy the entire trip. It's a fat bear thing eating a waffle and a melon bread and a baguette. We're at the Traditional Art Crafts Center. The mascot is so cute. He drank too much. He has a question. His glasses. The 2023 mascot. I don't think I'm meant to be a Confucian scholar. He's got the sun there shades. Everybody's giving thumbs up. These two. These are kind of cute. And then you can also buy some Buddhist bells back there, but we're going to go to this cafe because when we were walking past we saw it has some makeolli shakes and makeolli ciders. To go with the makeolli cider here because we didn't want to have a milkshake. Sorry, there's a lot of ajumas behind me. But there's zucchini with pretzels and some shrimp crackers. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. But this is cider plus makeolli. They also had a milkshake that was makeolli plus milk plus condensed milk. Okay, we're going to dinner now. It's starting to have the sunset. It's very bright. Making our way back to where we started from, so we're going to go past the cute cafe that I checked out. They also had another location on the main street, but this one is definitely cuter and you have a pretty good view if you go on the second floor. So this is the egg tart place, but the Mashirange is the cute cafe where you can sit on the balcony. So there's yet another location here, the same cafe, just like maybe 40 feet down the street, but they have coffee, dessert, and moju. So moju is again the traditional liquor we haven't tried yet. Okay, so we're turning here. I think we're going to do the second set here. So each of the sets comes with one of the kettles there of makeolli, and it has 2 bottles of makeolli in the one kettle. You can add on extra kettles later if you want. So we got our kettle for makeolli, so it has 2 bottles as I mentioned, so you put them both in the kettle and you can always add on some extras. We ended up choosing the top part, so the top choice was going to be with kimchi jin and then some samgyetang. It's coming now. We ended up choosing the top option, so we have the 2 bottles of makeolli with the kettle, so we fill it in there. You can always add on extra makeolli. It also came with kimchi jim, a singseonggui, which is fish, and kimchi jeon, which is kimchi pancake, and then some samgyetang, which is a chicken that has stuffed with rice and ginseng and other stuff. This was all 33,000 won, and it's not per person, it's just total. Update. This is samgyetang, but it's made with perilla seed powder, so it's a little bit thicker, has a little bit more of a savory sort of nutty accent flavor. I forgot to tell you this earlier, but when you're sitting here, you have this kettle that's marked with your table number. If you shake it, like the people next to you are doing, the wait staff will come over and you're able to order and stuff like that. It's like kind of like a callback room. This is the bus stop back to the express bus terminal. We need the 5001 bus. Got off the bus, now going to the express bus terminal.
Please select the departure time.
Premium.
Please select the
Oh, it's so empty. We were there.
same. Please. 8번 좌석입니다. 7번.
So nice.
You want to sit inside or?
We boarded early, but this bus is even nicer than the one this morning. So
Oh, that's
good.
so nice.
So you can control the buttons here.
They have television, news, movies, music, sports. So nice.
Never on the first try.
I bought the sesame ball at the ddukgalbi, which is ddukgalbi in Korean, and this is 1,500 won, so it's a little bit expensive now, but this is one of my favorite breads from there. It's pretty good value still, but it's still a little bit expensive. This bus is so advanced, it tells you who's already checked in. So my friend and I are already the red guys, which means we checked in, but there's only 4 other people who have bought the seats.
40분 정도 소요돼야 되니까 참고하시기 바랍니다. 그리고 한 가지 드리는 말씀은 지금 이제 서울 가면 늦은 시간이고 하니까 가급적 휴게소 안 들리고 바로 가도록 하겠습니다. 이의 없으시죠? 네. 다 커튼을 치고 있어가지고 안 돼야지. 알 수가 있어야지. 휴게소 안 들리고 바로 가겠습니다. 혹시
We made it on the normal.
I am obviously back in my Airbnb, got back in Seoul around midnight, and then we booked it. So we didn't want to miss the last train because the last train is a very important event to make sure you hit, especially when you're cheap and you don't want to pay for a taxi. So we made it. The buses actually typically run a little bit longer, but yesterday's bus ride was very long. So just to put it in perspective, for me to go from Express Bus Terminal to Gangnam, if everything were like running smoothly and including like the time to transfer, it would probably be about 10-12 minutes, but yesterday on the bus it took like 45 minutes. I could have walked here faster backwards. But yeah, anyway, we made it, so we are back here. So today was action-packed actually, so I'm very sleepy. So I woke up at like 4 and then I got out of my room about 6, made it, and then we took the bus at like 6:55. The express buses that are the premium seats are no joke. They're so nice. They're like basically like, I don't know, first class seats on the airplane. So I highly recommend it. They're not that expensive actually. So I mean, if you take the regular one, it's just going to be like, trying to think. It's not as uncomfy as a Greyhound, but it's also like not comfy. In the past, I don't know what it was this time because we didn't check it, but I think we paid about 27,000 each way, just for perspective. So about 54,000 total for our tickets back and forth, and we had like the luxurious ride, so it's like really comfy, you can sleep and stuff, and the seats like push back so far. So on the way there, we made it like perfect timing. We were like 1 minute off of the projected schedule, and we actually walked from the bus station to the Hanok village, and that was kind of a long walk, not gonna lie, but I mean it was kind of nice. We got our steps in, and then we kind of toured. I don't necessarily know if I would pay 3,000 won to go into the actual Hanok village. I think I would probably spend more time just walking around and maybe like taking a taxi or something. If you go to the tourist information section, there is information about having a tourism taxi tour. I don't know, my brain is shut off for today. But there are guides for it in English and in Korean, so my guess is you probably could hire somebody in English or in Korean. I'm not sure about any other languages, sorry about that, but I think it might be worth it, especially have more people. Like, we did a lot in the Hanok village, but it's also like we just walked around and didn't really do that much, because Jeonju is actually a pretty big city, so if you have the taxi opportunity, I would probably take it, because otherwise you'll be like us walking around in the Hanok village area and seeing the same people over and over and over again. It's like all of us were like, there must be more around here. So in the morning when we like first got out there, we saw these people, and then we kept seeing them throughout the entire day. And then at the lunchtime, there was these like younger people. So the restaurant we ate for lunch is like more expensive than a lot of the things you can buy in Hanok village. So the age range is usually typically a little bit higher, like maybe 50s or something. So there was like another group of younger people there. I think they were in their 20s, so they were like definitely younger than us. And we kept seeing them throughout the day. They were also at the cafe we went to the next time, and then it was just like we kept seeing them time and time again. And then similarly, when we went to the mural village, we walked up like very steep area, and then there was like that stray dog, and we were like, I didn't want to get near the stray dogs because like dogs like me and I don't like dogs. So I was like, I'm gonna turn around, and then we gave up, and then we saw these people coming up, and then these like two guys were like, so what's up there? We were like, not that much. And then later on, like maybe a few hours later in a completely different area, we had like walked to the end and then we like looked up and we were like, nothing there. So then we turned around again and they were there again. And I was like, oh my gosh, if they ask us what was up there, we say not much. They're gonna think we're such haters, you know? It was definitely a good day. Jeonju is known as the city of gastronomy, according to UNESCO, apparently. I don't know. But it does have a lot of really good food because actually the Jeolla provinces have really good food. So if you want to have good food, definitely go towards the Jeolla provinces in the south of Korea. The other thing is like, I kind of just remembered this as I was thinking about it. The further south you go in Korea, apparently, this is what I've heard, is that the kimchi gets saltier, which kind of makes sense though when you think about it in terms of like preservation and stuff. But yeah, the kimchi was not my favorite. I actually don't really like kimchi in general, and like one of the previous jobs that I had was very much none of us ate kimchi, and it wasn't like a bunch of foreigners, it was like all Koreans and then me, and none of us really ate kimchi because I don't think it's good for me. I'm worried about the nitrates or whatever because it's pickled. And anyway, the food was really good. The first place we went was for ddukgalbi, and I can't say that because of my speech impediment. But it was really nice, and we ate a lot actually. So Jeonju is known for a lot of things, including bibimbap. So I don't actually like bibimbap much either. I am a hater, I know. But I don't really find rice to be that inspiring, even though I've been eating a lot of rice recently. But bibimbap you can make obviously at home very easily. So I don't like spending my own money on it. I would never spend my own money on it in the US, that's for sure. So we actually ended up getting the UK one. So UK is like seasoned raw beef, kind of like steak tartare, and then they put it on top of the bibimbap and then you bibimbap, mix it. And then we also had ddukgalbi, so that one was really nice. It kind of was different than in the past, because in the past they had ground the meat and then they put duk on it, so rice cakes. So I'm not sure what happened, or like maybe, I don't know, maybe we ordered wrong, because the lady was like kind of rude. She like just stood there watching at us, and we were like trying to negotiate what we wanted, and she wouldn't like leave. So the fun thing is they had a robot. That was fun. I don't know, I like serving robots. I've never actually seen one in person, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then we went to the cafe I checked out, so Chagyong, I think that was the name. It was like a hanok cafe, but the inside was like quite modern. It was really restful and relaxing in there actually. Quiet, it was so nice. I just feel like Seoul cafes are just so loud all the time just because there's so many more people. So definitely would recommend that cafe. It was a little expensive, but the other thing that they're known for there is the yangyang. So that's like the my friend told me that it's famous from some show, the one with the numbers and the sweatsuits, whatever that's called, from Netflix. And I was like, oh okay, I didn't know that, but because I thought it was like I don't know, it kind of had a resurgence also from Snowpiercer back in the day. But anyway, it's like a jelly sort of thing, a traditional Korean jelly sweet. And I got mine in the black sesame flavor because I really like black sesame because of the mellow savory notes, but it was still very sweet. My guess is it probably would taste really good if I would have had like a coffee, but I had omija. So omija is like shishandra berry, I believe. So it has like 5 different flavors in it, and I really like it. But it is definitely an acquired taste. So I would say if you're in Korea and you see it on the menu and want to try it out, definitely try it out here because it's a little bit easier to find than in the US. And then what else did we do? We went over to the Omokdae. So Omokdae is like this area where you could actually, well, it's historical, but also you can see a really good view of the Hanok village along with like the modern buildings in the back. And then we made it across the bridge towards the mural village. So the mural village is like on a very steep hill. So yeah, we ended up seeing some like the same people over and over again. We also like kind of gave up because you could actually do a tour all the way around, but you have to climb a very high amount. And honestly, number one, it was getting very humid and it was hot in the part of the day. And then also there was that stray dog, and I was like honestly a little bit scared because I don't really like dogs in general, and then stray dogs and me, definitely no thank you, because dogs really come up to me and they like me, but I don't like them. So we turned around. So we went down the down part of the hill, and then we ended up walking towards the back of the Hanok village area. And sat on, there's like this river that goes through, so it was really relaxing actually and really cool. So that's part of like the Korean architecture. I am talking your ears off. So part of the Korean architecture is like the idea of like some of the angles, and it brings in some of the breezes. So if you ever see some of those traditional like kind of shelters, you definitely consider sitting there if you're hot in the, want a little bit of a rest. So we did that, and then we also like walked through some other parts. It got to be about 4. We were like, I guess we could eat. So we ended up going to a cafe and having some makeolli soda. So that was actually really nice. It was really, really refreshing and cool. So I would say definitely check it out if you're there in the summer, because actually Jeonju in the summer is very hot. I was telling my friend that one time when I went there, it was so hot that they literally had like huge blocks of ice that looked like basically like the salt licks you give horses, but it was huge. It was so big, and they just had them sitting out around because it was like so blazingly hot that they just needed it on the sidewalk for people to like not die basically. So anyway, that was there. We just had like time for people watching, and honestly though, we can't really people watch quite as easily in Korea because people will look back, but like in New York people don't care, so they don't look at you. But yeah, anyway, so we did that, and then we went to makeolli, so we actually did go there. So that place I really do enjoy. I tried to give you a lot of information, but the K-pop was blaring all day. So makeolli has different set menus, and we ended up going with the first set menu just because it seemed like those are going to be all of the things that we would eat. I do think from listening to people next to us, we could have switched out some of the dishes because all the dishes are actually the same price. There was one item in set number 2 that I didn't want to eat, and it's like some sort of soup with some sort of clam maybe, mussel, I don't know, they're like the little hard things in the shell, and I don't really enjoy them. My friend doesn't like soup, so if we would have been able to have switched that out, it would have been really nice because everything else looked really good. So to us, the number 1 and the number 2 sets look the best. So actually when you order it, you only pay one time. So we ordered the number 1 set, so that was 33,000 won. So even though we had 2 people, it was 33,000 flat. So if you would have had 3 people, it would also been 33,000 flat. And then you could have just paid extra for an extra makeolli, and I don't know if it's changed. I'll have to look back on the footage because I read the rules, but like I can't remember the rules right now. But back in the day, you could have asked for refills of the food. You only had to pay for the extra drinks, but I think maybe they might have switched that up now that it got popular, because when I first went there, it wasn't really that popular. It was only really known by taxi drivers, and then suddenly it got famous because it came out on some show on SBS, I think, which is like Korean, some sort of the broadcasting thing, not KBS but SBS. So then it got really famous, and now that one was actually I think the 3rd or 4th location, because it didn't used to have a location in the Hanok village. You used to have to take a taxi to it. Anyway, I am rambling now, but on the way back, I'm so bummed that we didn't stop at the Huggeso because number 1, it would have been nice to go to the bathroom and stretch my legs, but also number 2, I wanted to buy some of the the rest stop treats, because there's certain things you can only buy at the oh my gosh, I keep calling it that. There's certain things that you can only buy at the rest stop easily, so I kind of wanted that, and then we didn't stop there because I was going to buy it on the way there, but I was like, I don't want to carry it around all day, you know? Anyway, I am going to go to bed, and I'll talk to you in the morning, and it'll be another day. I have like 0 plans, so hopefully I'll be able to sleep in. See you then. Bye.